We are 24 hours away from our first official regular season game in the NFL, and I'm going to show you my record prediction for every team before the season starts. But before this video starts, make sure you hit a like, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for daily content, not just NFL. I'm talking basketball, I'm talking UFC, I'm talking every sport. We are starting with, ladies and gentlemen, the AFC North, and allegedly the number one ranked team for most of the NFL podcasters out there, NFL fans, sports fanatics, the Baltimore Ravens at 14-3, but that's not the craziest thing you're going to see on this list. That's not even honestly crazy. I think they have one of the better defenses in the league. I think Lamar Jackson should have been MVP last year, and the offense around him is just getting better and better. It's aging like fine wine, ladies and gentlemen. But the team below that is the interesting one. And as you see, we do have three teams in the AFC North making the playoffs. The Pittsburgh Steelers. And when I do say old man Aaron Rodgers does have a little bit of gas left in the tank, I mean it. He's got a new target in DK Metcalf, an absolute DK Metcalf. I said that. Did I say that wrong? I meant to say DK Metcalf. A absolute grown man on the field, but it's not the offense that I think gets them to this 11-6 record. It's that absolute stacked defense they have over there in Pittsburgh. But below that team is a team that I think I could see making a Super Bowl run. And their defense, believe me, is beyond terrible. Thank God they are bringing back Trey Hendrickson, or this team could look absolutely awful, but they got a guy. Well, the defense is probably going to look awful anyways. But when I tell you they got a guy in Joseph Burrow and Jamar Chase that I think are the best quarterback and best wide receiver duo in the league. And don't sleep on Chase Brown, ladies and gentlemen. One of the more premier backs in the league today. I think we got the Bengals at 10-7, Steelers 11-6, Ravens 14-3, and the Cleveland Browns missing the cut at 5-12. We all know why. They're going to be playing quarterback roulette this year. The Browns are the Browns, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we have the AFC South. I'm talking the Texans at the top of the division at 11-6. I think they are going to go through their struggles this year. The Jacksonville Jaguars, ladies and gentlemen, with a 10-win record, missing the playoffs. I think they are going to look a lot better this year. I think they got a lot of young guys. They still got to get into places they need them to be. Shout out Travis Hunter. Hopefully he can make it through the season if he's playing both ways. I am worried about that. I hope he takes majority snaps on offense. Him, Brian Thomas, Trevor Lawrence, I think a lot of things are going to be meshing for that team. I think the run game is going to be back. Travis Etienne going to be looking like a dog, but they got an absolute committee behind it. Give me the Jaguars at 10-7. The Indianapolis Colts, again, a team that's going to be playing quarterback roulette. I'm seeing 5-12 for them, and for the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, I think this is going to be a big accomplishment for them. A 5-win season. You got a rookie quarterback who is absolutely coming in. Cam Ward, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute dog taking over that locker room and going to change the culture of the Tennessee Titans. I love to see it. I think there's big things coming for them in the future, but this year we're going to call it 5-12. The AFC East. I'm talking the Bills, Patriots. Did I spell Patriots wrong? I can't tell. Dolphins, Jets, the Buffalo Bills coming in to win the division yet again with an 11-6 record. Could Josh Allen continue the MVP run? I really think that it's going to be Joe Burrow this year. I thought it was going to be Joe Burrow last year. But again, Josh Allen, absolute dog. I am worried about the wide receiver core over there per usual. They do bring back James Cook, which is a big secure for their offense. Their defense, we'll see how it goes. I think the Buffalo Bills go 11-6. At 9-8, second in the division, we have the New England Patriots. Massive come up for that team. I did think they were going to make playoffs, but when I went through and looked at their schedule, they just didn't have enough to get it done. But I think with the wide receiver core, with the running back game they're putting together, and with the defense they're putting together, there are massive things coming in the future for the New England Patriots. They do finish 9-8 this season, missing the playoffs. Then We have the Tua Tagovailoa-led Dolphins finishing 8-9 in the division, missing playoffs. I think this is the last time we see Tyreek Hill on this team. I think this is the last time we see Mike McDaniel coaching this team. I think this is the last time. I don't know who else we're going to have the last time on that team, but I think this team does get split up. I think a lot of things happen in this season to make you wonder, where did the Dolphins go wrong? And at the bottom of the division, per usual, we have the New York Jets. A lot of people are thinking Justin Fields is going to come in and he's going to change the culture of the team. He's not going to. He's an absolute amazing athlete. I don't think he's an absolute amazing quarterback. This team is going to finish 6-11. I think Breece Hall does get traded halfway through the season. You're still going to have your young core there. You're still going to have a lot to build around. You got to quit trying to cut corners. You got to get a young quarterback on the New York Jets that can go in there, develop with the team, and turn this franchise around. The AFC West, and when I tell you we got a shocker on the slate, ladies and gentlemen, I got the LA Chargers finishing 11-6. I like the coaching over there. I like the run-first offense. They got guys they can pass to, bringing back Keenan Allen, getting Herbert a familiar guy on the offense, try to bring back Mike Williams. Enjoy retirement, brother. Ladd McConkey, hopefully Quentin Johnston can get something together and start catching the ball. In the defense, you got some older guys out there, but they're absolute dogs. Hopefully, you're looking for some young guys on that defense to replace them with, though. I think the Chargers edge out the Kansas City Chiefs, winning 11 games, going 11-6, but don't worry, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to make playoffs as well, ladies and gentlemen. We have them at 10-7. Travis Kelce's last ride, Patrick Mahomes trying to get it back to the Super Bowl. The offense is thin per usual. They somehow seem to get it done, but the defense is looking thin as well, ladies and gentlemen. Another shocker, the Denver Broncos going 8-9 and missing playoffs. I'm not liking the schedule they're going against. The running room is still, I could see it being better. J.K. Dobbins is definitely a step up from what they had. Hopefully R.J. Harvey can develop into this guy everyone thinks he's going to develop to. Alvin Kamara 2.0. Those are some big shoes to fill, young man. Those are some big shoes to fill. I'm thinking 8-9 and a playoff miss for the Denver Broncos. And of course, the I almost said the LA Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders, 7-10. Massive improvement. You got a new coach, Pete Carroll, been to the Super Bowl. You got him in a new team. He's going to have to adjust. You got Geno Smith back with Pete Carroll. Geno Smith, an amazing bridge quarterback. I think he's going to do wonders for this team and the development of Cam Miller. You have Ashton Genty, but they're all behind an absolute terrible O-line, ladies and gentlemen. You got a lot of young guys on the team. You got a lot of young guys on the offense, on the defense. 7 wins is a great starting point for this new Raiders team. And that rounds out the AFC, ladies and gentlemen, but we're not done. We have 4 divisions left to go. We have the NFC East, who possess the reigning, defending Philadelphia Eagles, who are going to have a 12-5 season. You know how I like to go. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to start slow, but they're going to pick it up at the end of the season and finish 12-5. Missing playoffs are the other 3 teams in the NFC East. We have the Washington Commanders going 10-7. Unfortunately, missing the playoffs. Jaden Daniels is going to have a great connection with Deebo Samuel. I think they're going to have a great year. 10-7 is not a bad record, but I think they do get edged out by another team we will talk about here in a minute. Next, the Dallas Cowboys, who do better than their projection at 7.5 wins. I'm taking the over. Give me 8-9, missing playoffs. This is a team who is in a very awkward spot. You're paying a lot of guys. You're not paying a lot of guys. You got young guys on defense, young guys on offense. You're having to get them to mesh well. You have 4 first-round picks coming up. Now, things can be done during the season to make me change this record. I think they hold on to those first-round picks. I think they're not going to have an amazing season, but 8-9 for a team that is not looking too great in the run game, I think is a great record. And last but not least, the one that hurts my Sold. No, I'm not a Giants fan. I am a Russell Wilson fan. I am a Seattle Seahawks fan, so I hold Russell Wilson close to my heart, ladies and gentlemen. The hardest record in the NFL for one of the worst teams is ridiculous, matchmakers. So let's get something going. They do have Russ. They do have Jameis. They do have a dog on the bench in Jackson Dart, who I think is going to take this organization to great places in the future to come. But you're working with Russell Wilson, still got gas in the tank. I'm thinking a 4-win season, and it upsets me to say that because I love me some Russ, the bus Wilson, but I do think there will be some upsets for the New York Giants this season. Next, we have the NFC West with my 49ers fans, Seattle Seahawks. I think we are going to win 11 games this season. We're going to take the division and we're going to make that playoff run, and not solely based off our offense, which, by the way, dogs on the offense. Ken Walker, dog. JSN, dog. Rams, ask me if you know this name. Cooper Kupp, dog, stolen from you. We have dogs over here. We have to protect Sam Darnold. We can't have him seeing ghosts out there. But the thing that makes me so excited about this team is our defense. Top 5 defense in the league. Lock me in. 11-6 record. Next, making the playoffs, we have the 10-7 LA Rams. Matthew Stafford's potential last ride coming into the season with a back injury, so we're taking this by ear. We're going to have to see how that goes. Are they going to start slow again and heat up at the end? Are they going to be hot all season? This team has a lot of young potential on the team. You got a great defense. You got Devontae Adams replacing Cooper Kupp, who is essentially an upgrade because he can stay healthy. This team in the LA Rams is going to make some noise this year. At number 3 in the division, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy getting his bag, but the wide receiver core going into the year absolutely banged up. And then you have the defense coming into the year absolutely gutted in the offseason. Can George Kittle, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, can he stay healthy? Can this 49ers team get it done? And last but not least, the Arizona Cardinals. All I have to say is Kyler Murray, lock in. Call of Duty's coming early this year, baby. On to the next division. We have the drum roll NFC South, my bake show, my Baker Mayfield, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going 11-6. Hold on, baby, I love you. If you hear a baby in the background, I do have my infant right here, wondering probably why I'm screaming at this screen. We have the, oh, she wants to make an appearance for this one, chat. She wants to make an appearance for this one. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going 11-6. Our Baker Mayfield, our bake show, going out there and showing off. But don't worry, Atlanta Falcons fans. We have y'all making the playoffs as well, going 10-7. Can you say 10-7, baby? Can you say 10-7 for Michael Penix? Kyle Pitts, who is going to have a rejuvenated season this year. Kyle Pitts is back in play, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I did draft him in fantasy football. And on to our Carolina Panthers, who are unfortunately, baby girl, only going to win 5. Who's your favorite team? Who's your favorite team? Unfortunately, only going to go 5-12 this year. I was hoping for a rejuvenated year from Bryce Young. But the thing with the Carolina Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, got a lot of young bucks over there, got a lot of young gentlemen on the offense, on the defense, young guys in the receiver core, young running back core, young quarterback, young defense. This team has a bright future ahead of them. And speaking of bright future, hopefully, Saints fans, I hope eventually in your future there's something to look forward to. We have the New Orleans Saints going, can you say 2-15? 2-15 projected the worst team in the NFL this coming season. Can we get a round of applause for baby Alea making her first appearance on the Any Given Monday podcast? On to the next division, ladies and gentlemen, our last but not our least, the NFC North. We have the Detroit Lions making playoffs at 10-7. I know y'all are already going to roast me in the comments. Also making playoffs at 10-7 is our Chicago Bears. We got Caleb Williams and the crew coming back with Ben Johnson. Yes, the Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions. The Lions, 2 new coordinators this year. So I feel like 10 wins is beyond generous. I could have had this team at the bottom of the division, but I think Dan Campbell is one of the absolute best. She didn't want me talking about the Lions like that. I'm sorry. I think Dan Campbell is absolutely one of the best head coaches in the league, and there is a lot for the Detroit Lions to look forward to, but losing both your coordinators is a massive, massive thing in the NFL. I'm thinking 10-7 for the Lions, still a great record. The Chicago Bears, 10-7, they get an absolute mastermind, right, baby girl? An absolute mastermind on the offense, an absolute mastermind on the offense. Yes, in a second. An absolute mastermind on the offense. I think the Bears go 10-7. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers. Now, they did get Micah Parsons, who is injured this year, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking already has a back injury going into the season. What is going on? How do you make that trade? 2 first-round picks. Your back doesn't get healthier as the season goes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the Packers are doing. I have them finishing 8-9. We already know Jordan Love's going to go through his injuries per usual. And finishing last in the division, the little Minnesota Vikings. Yes, J.J. McCarthy handed the ball off 45 times a game in college. You can't do that in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to pass that ball and put it downfield. And I think his first season in the league is not going to look too great. You can call the head coach the quarterback whisperer as much as you want, but it is not going to pan out for him. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our 2025 NFL division rankings and records. Let me know where your team ranks. Let me know if I got your team's ranking right. Let me know if I got your team's record right down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.